James Kaufman, World News Report today. How the sun grounded 6,000 Airbus A320 jets. Thanksgiving travelers were surprised last week when Airbus grounded roughly 6,000 A320 family jets for urgent software rollbacks. The cause of the delay? Fears of radiation from cosmic rays and solar storms. The problem came to light on October 30th when a JetBlue Airways A320 flying from Cancun to New Jersey suddenly dropped in altitude. At least 15 passengers were injured. When investigators dug into the flight control data, they found that the aircraft software was vulnerable to single event upsets, bit flips, caused when a high-energy particle randomly changes a 1 to a 0 or vice versa, corrupting critical data. In the A320s, some recently installed software wasn't properly hardened against this kind of glitch, so on November 28th, regulators ordered an emergency rollback before the jets could return to service. In most cases, the jets were back in the air after only 24 hours. Although some mainstream news outlets suggested the JetBlue mishap was triggered by solar radiation, there was no solar radiation storm on October 30th. Instead, the upset was likely caused by a stray galactic cosmic ray, the same class of particle that the sun produces in large quantities during intense solar and geomagnetic storms. Quote, avionics are bathed in cosmic rays continuously, says Clive Dyer, a radiation expert at the UK's Surrey Space Centre. This can result in anomalies even when no solar storm is occurring. Coincidentally, less than 2 weeks after the JetBlue incident, there was a significant solar radiation event. On November 11th, an X-class solar flare triggered the strongest ground-level event in nearly 20 years. Energetic particles flooded Earth's atmosphere, doubling radiation levels at aviation altitudes. Now, doubling radiation levels at aviation altitude sounds serious, but it's nothing compared to what they see in tree rings and ice cores. They show where radiation was, increased by 100 times or even 1,000 times more during prior geomagnetic storms. After experts analyzed this past ground level event that doubled radiation levels, they actually believe that bit flips in computer memory could have occurred at a rate of 60 bit flip errors per hour per gigabyte. This is for non-hardened or non-protected computers at aviation levels. You can imagine what type of flight errors may occur. It's a problem worth focusing on. On February 23rd, 1956, the largest ground-level event of the space age boosted aviation radiation levels more than 100 times, not 2 times. With that said, scientists can tell via tree rings and ice cores that often ground-level events increase radiation more than 1,000 times plus at aviation levels. And they have struck Earth many times in the past few millennia. Modern society simply hasn't experienced one of these ground-level events yet. Imagine planes falling out of the sky everywhere you look. Crazy. 1,000 times more radiation at aviation levels. Remember, just 2 times more at aviation levels cause 60 malfunctions in computer equipment every hour. God bless. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World. I quit flying years ago after 35 years of constantly flying.